The tropical climate of Sri Lanka has excellent environmental conditions for snakes to thrive in. So the ability to identify highly venomous snakes from non-venomous snakes is extremely important because they can be found almost anywhere. Therefore, to prevent the deaths of harmless snakes and to avoid encounters with venomous snakes, some important precautions must be taken. This part of the video gives a general overview of the snakes found in Sri Lanka, as well as all the information necessary for you to safely identify them. There is a total of 101 species of snakes living in Sri Lanka, divided into 11 families. However, only 2 out of the 11 families contain highly venomous species. This chart shows the proportions of venomous to non-venomous snakes. From the chart, the blue color represents the 15 highly venomous sea snakes, and the red represents the 5 highly venomous terrestrial snakes that people should look out for. Let's first talk about the 15 venomous sea snakes. There has only been 1 recorded death from a sea snake bite in the past 50 to 60 years. They live in the water near coral reefs, sea grasses, and sand beds. Their main diet consists of fish. They often come to the surface to take breaths of air and are extremely introverted and shy. Most of these snakes are about 1 meter long on average. Here are some pictures of how they look. The yellow sea snake is the longest, averaging 2 meters in length. These snakes are not as well known as the other snake species, so naturalists are trying to learn more about them. Now let's learn more about each of the 5 highly venomous terrestrial species of snakes. The cobra is the most popular and feared species of snakes in Sri Lanka. They have adapted to the many climates of this country and are found in areas ranging from farmlands to open forests, with the exception of high mountains. This is the only highly venomous terrestrial snake that is mainly active during daytime and are usually found near termite mounds. These snakes can rise to 1/3 of their body length before they strike. They also have a prominent marking on the back of their hood when inflated. The most venomous terrestrial snakes found in Sri Lanka are the kraits. The terrestrial snake that is more venomous than the Indian krait is the endemic Sri Lankan krait. This type of krait is found in the wet zone and some areas of the intermediate zone. And just like the Indian krait, they can be found under dead leaves and logs. Their scales are also very glossy, with middle saccles having a hexagonal shape. They are black and white in color. The most venomous terrestrial snakes found in Sri Lanka are the kraits. The common Indian krait is found in the intermediate and dry zone, under dead leaves and logs, within close proximity to waterbeds. These snakes are nocturnal and when provoked can be extremely defensive and aggressive, but they are rarely encountered. Most recorded bites from the common Indian krait have occurred when someone has slept on the floor, and their venom attacks the nervous system. They can be identified by their smooth, glossy scales that come in black or gray with white markings. The middle saccles are hexagonal in shape. The Russell's vipers are around 0.8 to 1.3 meters in length and have the most recorded deaths from their bites in Sri Lanka. Thus, it is very important to avoid them. They reside mainly in farmlands and forests in the dry zone. These nocturnal snakes have very long fangs they use to inject hemotoxic venom, which cause a lot of damage to muscle tissue as well as blood cells. Before attacking, they tend to hiss and they strike at lightning speed. The Russell's viper has a V mark on its head with continuous oval shapes on the top of their body with smaller triangular shapes on the sides. The Russell's viper is often mistaken for the python. To distinguish between the two, one must look at the shape of their heads and the markings on their body. The python has more of a rounded head with inconsistently shaped blotches on their body. The saw-scaled viper is also nocturnal and can be found in the sandy coastal areas of the dry zone. During the daytime, they hide under leaves and rocks, and when irritated, they make hissing noises by rubbing their scales together. Though these snakes are highly venomous with hemotoxic and nephrotoxic venom, there have been no records of any deaths from their bites. However, if someone is bitten, they should still be rushed to the hospital. These snakes grow to be around 300 to 500 millimeters long, which is relatively small. Their forehead has two lines of light gray with the plus or a footmark of a bird.